adorable and cute little nibblings. Welcome to the very first stream. Oh my gosh, it's so nerve-wracking. How does anyone do this? And the chat's working on screen. I was so afraid that would be scuffed. So hooray, things are actually working. How's the microphone level? Unfortunately, I couldn't get my boom arm to work right at the very beginning. Had to order another part to actually be able to hang it from the boom arm. Okay, let's adjust audio up just a little bit. How's that? A little bit better? Does it need to go a little higher? Or maybe the music needs to be turned down a bit. It's hard to tell since I can't actually hear the difference between my voice and the actual audio. I tried to look for that option that lets you hear your own microphone over your audio system, and for some reason I couldn't make mine actually do that, so I'll have to try again later. Oh, there's music. Aha! I turned it down too low. Just nice, calm, chill music from Stream Cafe. So it looks like the chat doesn't actually stay in the chat box very long. I'll have to figure that out later. But it's good enough for me to catch. Hello, welcome, and thank you for the recent follow. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Woo! Ah, yeah, super exciting. All right, what you probably came to see in the stream. There we go. And let me get the Twitch chat up here so I can actually see what's going on. And there we go. Ta-da! Oh, too far. I know we all love Auntie, but we don't want to see Auntie that close up. So although you can't see it, off on my second screen I actually have some modified screen captures that my artist did for me after I'd done some angles for the X and Y that I have going on. Oh, oops, I did the wrong ones together. There we go. Oh boy, that's a little scuffed with the angles. See going on. I'll have to make some adjustments with that, especially right there. But anyway, let's get that back to normal. So yeah, I showed her the angles that I did for all these positions, and then she gave me some adjustments to make, so that's where I'm gonna get started at. And just a heads up, I am still actually pretty new at Live 2D. The chibi model that you see in front of you is my very first attempt ever, so hopefully it doesn't go too bad with this second go around. Okay, I gotta bring Photoshop back up over there. Alright. Let's see, so it looks like she had the head tucked in a bit more. So let's get this hair cap. Let's see, is it good down this way? What other angles did she give me? Okay, so she gave me 3 angles, one for each of the down, mid, and up. So we'll work on those 3, and then once those are fixed, we'll go on and maybe we'll make the bangs jiggle a little bit because physics is always fun. Okay, we'll start with the mid position. Because you know, everything's always mid. Oh, that is the mid one. Alright. Okay, what does she have different here? I guess it's mostly limited to the hair cap being squeezed in just a wee bit. Alright, so we'll actually go to the mesh layer for this one. squeeze it in a bit, and then I'm gonna have to actually squeeze in the actual head of Auntie here. Let's get to this one. We go on this, and we'll go make that hide a little bit, and voila! We now have smaller head. Hey, that does look quite a bit better, doesn't it? And then I was having to drag the hair cap out so far. I was actually debating asking my artist to redo it in like a better quality just so that it would mesh better. But now that I actually get it like this, it's actually not too bad. And I think everything has a direct opposite change that needs to happen here. So we'll also get the hair cap squeezed in on this side. Oh, that's right. You can see I had to deform the skull as it was already to get some of this to work. Oh, that's right. I really messed up with the mesh on this one. Maybe what I should do is actually remove the keyform from this mesh. Must be more on this one where the mesh is all messed up. Or I'm just gonna have to go in and move every single point. Oh boy. The most fun part of being a live 2D artist, manually having to change every little itty bitty thing. Just to make sure it's perfect. Wow, I don't even remember what I did to get to this point. Okay, where is it normal? It's normal over here. Yeah, so you know what? Let's just completely redo the mesh there. Let's make a new point. Actually, it looks like I'm gonna have to undo it for all of these because I really messed with it for all these points. Ah! No, did that do everything? Or were there no points over here? How did I manage to delete everything? I just wanted to delete this one keyframe. Oh, it did delete. Okay. Okay. So now if we add a point, it should be relatively smooth. Why isn't it smooth? Oh, it would probably help if I redid the skull cap one as well. Oh, there! Okay, that's where it was majorly messed up. Wonderful. Let's just go ahead and redo that on all these. Actually, it doesn't look too bad there, and it doesn't look any worse there. Okay, so I've gotten rid of whatever keyframes were causing it to be extremely deformed before I decided that we're just going to pull the entire head in further. Let's get back on the warp layer. Oh, that's right. I learned that we can do that and just immediately start moving this over. I love that little feature. I had to ask somebody in another chat how the heck you move this center thing without the red dot at first, because it'll automatically default to this dot that just moves the whole thing around. Turns out if you hit this little X over here, it gets rid of all the red lines, so you can immediately just start warping from the center there, which has been a godsend to make things look a lot better. I know, it took me like over a year before I learned that one. This way, and then let's get onto that skull cap and just pull that in a little bit to hide it. Not that I technically need a skull behind all this hair, but you never know. Oh, I think I see. Oh, yep, I gotta get that a little more behind the hair there. Whoop, don't want to move that part. There we go, there we go. Alright. The curves are still staying curvy, which is what I like to see. And is there still a bald spot when the head moves? moves just a little bit. Oh, no, wait, did it fix itself? Oh, okay, it's just the bald spot when it goes up and down. That means it is good in the straight direction. Woo! So if I detach these and just go angle X, yes, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, now to just do all the other angles with the shorter head there. Gosh, you can see how much I had to mess with this just to make it go that far around the head. The reason that even happened in the first place was, I think it was Argama Witch on Twitter had this really great idea to have, like, just draw facial guides on top of things. That way you could easily see where things should go, and you can see I had it for all these different angles. That way I could make sure things looked great according to the artist. Although we did find out afterwards, it wasn't exactly perfect. So between me and the artist, we've actually been working a little back and forth to kind of just get these extreme head angles on the far edges to look really good. And I gotta say, it's a lot easier having a good starting place like that and then editing from there. Oh, you got way out there. Let's bring you back in a bit. There we go. Oh, back. There, now it feels a little more natural. I think I moved these too far in, so let's move them back. But without making a bald spot. Auntie likes her hair. She does not want to be bald. Is that good? Is that comparable to there? It actually still goes out a little bit, but not super far. Which is good. Move that in a bit. Curve that up there. Make sure it doesn't get out. And then it moves this way and... Oh. I can see that with the back hair, we're going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment now that everything's been moved over just a bit. This time I actually do want that red center to move it over just a little bit so we don't have that big open spot there in the hair. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let's see, what else did she have for me in this center position? Is that pretty much it? I think that might be... Go zoom in a bit to see what she might have adjusted. I think she had the chin be a little more prominent. So let's add that little chin bit in there, shall we? See if we can do it on here. I think that might be a little too much, so yeah, we'll have to do it on the actual mesh to give it that definition that Mr. Dark is known for. Oh, twitch just mild, very slight. Looks really janky. Undo. Okay, so usually when that's the case, it means I need to really make an adjustment to the mesh. I see where it's going wrong. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Let's see, we really want... Let's see if I go back to the neutral position. I want these to be relatively similar triangles. So since I am still pretty new, I do use the auto mesh just to get things started, but then I go in and, as necessary, make adjustments to the mesh so that things can be a little bit more evenly spaced. based if need be to do certain things like I'm trying to do right now. Thankfully, when you make adjustments direct to the mesh like this, it doesn't mess it up too much for things that you've already animated. So if I was to go back through all the other edits I've done, it's actually not too bad. And as I have learned, you really want these more isosceles triangles going through things. I don't know why it wants me to make triangles there. I really don't want them there. Actually, I might not even want that whole thing there. Ah, yeah, that's better. Oh, that's why. Because I just want that, because I didn't want that extra point in there. Alright, now it's coming together. Alright, I think I've got the chin pretty well equal on both sides, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to manipulate. Alright, let's see what difference it made making edits to the mesh. So now if I pull this in a bit, hopefully it's not quite as janky. If I use the other ones near it to just smooth it out a bit. Yeah, that gives it a nice bit of definition. Oh, look how much better that looks. Why is this all weird though? Is it that thin normally? No. Oh, it is. Okay, that's just how it looks. There we go. Yeah, so there, that's nice. Give a little bit of definition with the chin there. It's amazing the difference that a well-meshed mesh can make. I have learned in my journey doing both this an animation project and also helping another friend of mine rig up their thing for free, but very slow. Alright, what does the down angle? Okay, looks like she's more after this chin angle. So let's see, so if I... Nope, that's not what I want to do. Maybe this one. There we go. Because it looks like she has it a little smoother for this downward position in the edit that she gave me, and just a little tucked in there, but with a little bit more cheek going out. Oh, that looks pretty good. I like it. Okay, any difference in the hair stuff? Nope, looks like it was really just the chin she was after. Alright, and then that upward angle. It's actually the ear over here, I think. Now that we've shortened the head up, the ear actually does need to come in a bit. And then by virtue, this part of the chin comes in, which is what she notated for me. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong layer. This one. There it is. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Any part of the chin? Nope, she liked the chin where it was, and the head looks good. Head a little bit smaller. All right, that looks good. We're gonna save so we don't lose any of that progress. Your number one best friend, Control S. Okay, now to do everything on the other side. Gonna pull my little cheek back up so that I can see it. Okay, does the top of the hair still look good? It still does, until of course I move to the next angle. Oh, that was one thing I forgot to check when we were on this angle. How does the ear look going up and down? Oh, actually it looks fine. Just that one little adjustment on the top of pulling it in closer actually looks just dandy. Okay, let's pull this over a bit, and then we'll get the chin all lined up. You can see how much I stretched things out to look good at the angles that I was originally given for this, but it turns out I needed them closer the whole time. Let's see, is that about on par with down here? Needs to be out just a bit more. Oh, got a bald spot. Okay, tuck the head in behind it. Let's see, how did it look on this side? Because this side looked pretty good. Oh, this actually still had it going back a bit. Let's see if we can recreate that on this side. So I'm going to look at how I have the mesh pulled over here. So it looks like I have the bottom ones angled out this way. The top is actually pulled in a bit. I see where this is failing. This needs to be up and out just a bit more. Let's see, and these I have being pulled in a bit, so let's make sure I don't become bald and pull those in. Oop, oop, but not that one. Ta-da! Okay, double check it again. This is pretty much the routine of every artist. Check, make sure it looks good both ways. I think this could stand down just a hair. Yeah, I think that's about the same shape there. Let's see, I don't think no, there were no chin adjustments on this angle. Okay, straight was good, and then down. Oh, we really gotta edit this one in, don't we? Alright, that's right for this one. The chin angle needed to be a little less. Yeah, that looks pretty good between them. Okay, now let's get this hair cap in order. So the biggest reason to have this separated hair cap from the skull itself, which you'd think it'd probably make more sense just to have the hair cap be here, is just in case I want to change the hairstyle in the future. This makes it a little easier because then the skull kind of shows you where it's supposed to be anyway, and then if you have something that's not quite the same as the hair cap that needs to do something a little bit different, then you at least still have that as a guiding line, and you have your blank base beneath to make any changes you want to it. I do this side so well? Let's see, are the bangs down a little further? I think so. Let's move the bangs up just a hair. Oh, do I not have any keyframes on this? Oh, it's on this one. Okay, there. Whew. Scared myself for a moment. Oh wait, is that just this part? Oh, I need the all bangs. All bangs. There it is. Okay, is that about on par? There it is. Okay, back to the hair cap. Pull that in a bit. Make sure there's no bald spot, so there's no bald Auntie. Gosh, this does look so much better now that it's not just pulled in a bunch of little itty-bitty directions, deforming it way too much. Ah, so much better. Yeah, this is why I'm really thankful for my artist that she's willing to be so involved in this. It's kind of funny because once I commissioned this from her, she had never done a VTuber avatar before, but she was one of my favorite artists that I love to commission just for pictures of characters that I had. So I decided that if anyone was going to do my avatar, it was going to be her. Oh, and this eye looks a little borked because I still have to reposition it because I copied the other eye after doing all the cool eye things. Alright, let's check this out. Okay, goes up and down well. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And save. So now the other thing was when the head was tilted. Oh boy, it gets really off, doesn't it? I think the neck itself just needs to be taller. It doesn't even need to be from a keyframe. It just needs to, in general, be taller. Oh boy. This is really off when the sea is down like that. Gosh, I might have to completely redo the neck for these more extreme angles. Oh my gosh, it looks so off. Sure seems that way, doesn't it? It's just gonna go shwoo, just go right off. Yeah, where is it? It's this one? Yeah, just there it goes. I wonder, let's see, is the neck angle too extreme, or do I just really need to rig the heck out of this? Well, let's attempt to rig the heck out of this, and if it doesn't go well, then I will just give up and not have the neck inclined nearly as much. When all else fails, just give up. Wise words from your auntie. Okay, it looks fine. Head on. Looks a little fat that way, doesn't it? Let's just pull this in a bit. Maybe this is the one I want pulled in a bit. geez, that looks awful. How is it normally? So normally it would have been like that, but, Wow, I've really got to make some huge changes to this neckline. Because I know that, like, the neck is supposed to, you know, come up this way, but it just looks so odd to actually have it go that far. How's it look from this side? Oh, detached, that's how. Oh boy. That's the one thing I don't like about Live 2D. I can't, like, pan. I have to zoom out and zoom back in again to get the angle that I want. I'm sure there's a way to not have to do that, but that is not something I have figured out just yet. Okay, let's pull this in. Oh goodness, I feel like this choker needs to be on a layer that is not directly connected to the neck warp. Otherwise it's going to get extremely warped. This needs to be its own thing, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's part of face rotation. I think I'll still keep it under face rotation, but we will have the choker itself. Oh, I probably should have pulled that out when it was on the straight. There we go. Okay, there. Now it doesn't move with the rest of it, so I'll just have to make sure it manually goes when I have the head tiltings and all that fun stuff. But at the very least, it won't be too badly warped when I actually have to warp the heck out of this neck to make sure everything goes okay. Actually, is that neck pretty good for that angle? You know what, I think it is. The choker doesn't look good, but that's because I gotta reposition it. Nope, I guess we need to make the neck go the other way. Oh wait, did it really just take that? Did that really fix it? I guess needs to be back a little more. Since the neck is tilted this way, I assume it'll be pointing this way a little more. Ooh, is that too much? Oh, that might have been too much. Because the base of the neck doesn't really move when your head moves. Like, it'll bend and warp. Alright, time to see Bald Auntie, because I gotta see what's going on direct with the neck to head here. Move it that way just a bit. Work the center this way. No, get rid of that overshot here. Let's see. I think I just need to. It's on 524. Oh boy. I just need to pull the head up a bit. Oh boy. Oh no, I'm gonna have to redo all of the positioning for that shoot. Probably be easier to do it on this since this doesn't have any keyforms yet. Tell you what though, better figure this out now rather than later, after I actually already have a lot of keyforms for the body. Okay, nothing else is not overlapping. Oh, here. There it is. And what about over here? Okay, I think I fixed that problem before it became a problem. Now back to actual head shenanigans. I feel like I'm cheating somehow. It can't be that easy to make the neck work just by moving that top midpoint. But it seems like it is. So here at the midpoint, it's actually past the ear a bit, so I think that means that when it's in the hyper angle, it still wants to be past the ear a bit. And when it's on this angle, still past the ear just a bit. Thanks, Ferdinand. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Okay, do these angles still look good? I feel for here, this neck should also be over this way a bit. And once again, here in the center, need to show it pulling back that far. There we go. Ta-da! Something still feels a little off. I think it's this area over here. So I feel like the center needs to, even though it does need to be this way a bit, but I feel like it was a little too much. I don't know, does that even look any different than how I had it before? I think the biggest thing is that the center of the neck got too wide. Okay, that feels a lot better. Still feel like in the center it doesn't quite go out far enough. There we go. Okay, that feels a lot better. Okay, so that's that head angle, and then... You know, I thought it was weird that the neck stretched like that, but actually maybe it's not that weird at all. What really needs to happen is that this part needs to shift just a bit. I don't know why that looks so funny, but it does. Oh, let's just stretch this thing up and out a bit. Probably should work just a bit with the angle. Not totally static, but it's fine. It's fine. I can always come back and adjust it later if need be. Oh, wee-hee! Oh, excuse me. Let's see, we want to keep this up by the ear over here. Hey, you know what? That ain't bad. And now time for the other direction. That looks so scuffed. And this needs to come back by the ear, but then the neck looks a little fat. I keep forgetting, can't move the center on that when it changes it too much. You know what I think? The reason that looks so odd is because this actually also needs to be over a bit. Where did I have it on this side? Actually, this would have been the opposite head movement. Okay, I did keep the neck by the ear over there, so I should do the same for the opposite head movement over here. Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. This is the one. Turn the boxes off so we can see how it looks naturally. It does look a little odd with it feeling like the neck just kind of gets bigger at some of these angles. Oh wait, that wasn't even at the angle. That was just the regular. Okay, what about when it's inclined? I guess just when the neck goes up, you get to see more of the neck. If I, like, imagine myself in the mirror, I guess, you know, the neck really does kind of come up like that, doesn't, like, it starts out thin, but it does connect, you know, all the way cheekbone to cheekbone. If you were to actually lift. Oh, thank you, Turley Tuft. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, you can see the scuffed head here. And it feels like the neck almost should be wider there. This is some weird head angles going on. That's right, I need to double check the eyes, although things aren't quite where they used to be. If I'm on the center head position. I know I messed with the eyes before. Did I move the eyes back to where they need to be after I duplicated it? I guess I did. They look pretty good. Oh, I guess since I never actually showed this part off, we do have eye open and close on both sides. Oh, I guess I should turn the guide off. You can see it a little better. And maybe we'll just turn the hair back on. So we got some eye blinkage. Eyes can smile a bit. You can do the happy closed eyes. And of course, the eyeballs can move around. And I believe I did do just the littlest bit of animation. Oh, there's physics. Gosh, I feel like it's been so long since I used the physics setting. Yep, so when the eye closes and opens, there's supposed to be some physics. Did I not remember to... Ah, shoot. I could have sworn... Maybe I didn't do the physics for the eyes yet. Maybe that was a different model I was working on. Whoops! It's okay, Auntie just lost her marbles for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna say... Oh, that neck looks really fat. That needs to change. After we fix this neck, then I think I'm gonna move on to... Oh, right, I turned that off so I couldn't see it. There we go, now I can see it all again. Let's make that part of the neck not so fat. There we go. Still kind of opening, going towards that cheekbone area, but not quite so fat. Move that a little closer to the ear. And pull it in just a bit. Okay, why does this one look so much fatter than this one? This one's so nice and smooth. I guess it's because I got a little bit of a thing going there. It's a little smoother. You know, it's like when you try drawing for the first time early in your art stages and you draw one eye, it's totally beautiful and glorious, and then you try to draw the symmetrical eye and it's just... It just looks awful. It's horrible. Doesn't even match at all. That's how this feels right now. see, that is... Okay, that is in the center where I think it was meant to be. Actually, no. I think it was supposed to be a little lower. Yes, I know it was supposed to be a minimum of 3 parameters. I get it, I get it. Wait a minute. I didn't already set that, did I? Well, that was a little weird. I don't remember moving the choker around at all. Okay, get it so that a little bit of the line is just a little overlapping. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this for every combination of angle XYZ. Not the most entertaining thing, but just something that needs to be done. Alright, now for this angle. I gotta fix it for every angle on every part of this. Ah! I think when I had originally done this choker around the neck, it had looked awkward when I was warping the neck, but now that it's not actually part of that neck warp anymore, it's not quite the way it used to be, so it looks a little off on all these new fangled angles. Okay, that all looks good. I assume all these are going to be the same. Yeah, they're all the same. relatively well satisfied with the head angles. Oh, let me get straight head, straight head. So I went in and did all your advice, and oh, I see that the glasses aren't actually moving the way they should. I'll have to get the glasses, but ignore the glasses for now. The head angles, they are looking good, mighty fine. Even when the head is craned a little bit. Looks a little odd with the head just being in one angle or the other, but it actually looks around pretty darn well, all things considered. And right now I'm fighting with the choker to get it to actually still stay in the center on all these angles I'm doing. It's the boring part where I gotta make everything match on every keyform. Because if I had been smart, I would have deleted all the keyforms that this had to start with, but I did not, so now I have to suffer my past mistakes. Thank you. I'm glad you made it to the stream. I was hoping you would. Because I've realized that my time for streaming is really not conducive if I wanted an audience in the USA, except for the Insomniacs, because it's quite a bit later, but it seems to be about the perfect time for like Asia, Australia, that kind of thing. Is kind of middle of the day. Oh, thanks! I'm glad you like the chibi rig. Hopefully the big rig ends up just as good as the chibi, if not better. I think I finally got it for all the angles. Okay, it's finally in the correct position it needs to be in at the correct size for all of the angles. Whew! You know, was it this that I made jiggle? What did I jiggle? It was the choker jiggle. Where is it? Where is it? Down here. Okay, there it is. I found I couldn't use just a rotator on this, although that would have been an ideal because it didn't quite jiggle the way I wanted it to. Okay, I gotta make sure they both meet that top part right back down in here. Yeah, that's good, that's good. And then the next one needs to be down just a wee bit more. Okay. So now, if we were to go into the physics settings, if we scroll in on this and go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh wait, what? Why is it going up and down on the Y angle? I put it on the X angle. Ah, it's not jiggling the way it should. Oh no. I think I need to do this at 70% and then for angle Y at 30%. Why is it popping up and down like that? No. It should just be doing this. Oh, please don't tell me I accidentally keyformed it with all these keyforms. No! Okay, I'm trying to think. I gotta put my thinking cap on. I think what I need to do is add another mesh warp. I I need to basically delete the jiggle that I just made. But it's okay, because I can remake it, and then it won't have... Oh, I need to put that underneath. There we go. Okay, so go back to... Okay, it is in center, and we are center. Oh, remove all that work. Alright, now we're going to add 3 keyforms just in... Oh, oops. I accidentally did it in that area. I want to do it on this area. Choker jiggle. Yeah, as I learn this program, I learn these things one at a time on what should be... Wait, what? How does it... What? I didn't set that. Huh? Oh, no. Did it do these angles for all these up? Oh, it's on the angle C. Actually, why is there an angle C for the choker warp? It is a great effort, but for me, I really enjoy it. There are some tedious things that I really just can't bring myself to do with any kind of enjoyment, but this kind of tedious work I actually do enjoy. No, did I get... Okay. Control Z all the way back until this has... Because I just deleted all the points on it. There we go. Oh my gosh. I almost get rid of all my work. Okay, now this needs to not have any of that, and now this gets to have some of that, so now... Okay, there we go. Doesn't have any keyframes yet. Whew, fixed it. Oh, sure, if you want, Dark, I will send you another video of the extreme angles, and together we can work on it to make it look as best as it possibly can. I was actually telling everybody else earlier that it's just been a joy to actually work with you, since you do actually care about the finished product quite a bit and have been helping me make small adjustments as we kind of learn this together. To go up a bit there. Put it down. Spin it up. This one, I think, goes up just a little bit too. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a good jiggle. So now, when I go back into these physics settings, hopefully when I... Look at that! Woo! Jiggly, jiggly! Although it's a little slow to start, but I think that might just be the rendering of it. And I might have to change up the shaking and everything, but woo! Joker moves. Ta-da! Fixed it! And save. Oh god, I haven't saved it forever. That could have been disastrous. Oh, I can't wait to do all the jiggling. As you might be able to see if I like really wave my model around, that the 2 waist things actually jiggle quite a bit. So I'm actually really excited to work on these little waist sleeves jiggling around. Kitty cat, now is not a good time to climb up on the desk. Feet, baby. Not now. Cat, yes. Oh, I guess I better pay the cat tax. I was prepared because I knew she would probably interrupt a bit, but the one trying to interrupt right now is Fee, short for Philomena. My little tabby who needs way too much attention. And then the other cat is Callie, short for Calliope. Very skittish, but very sweet. Doesn't like being held, though. I've tried quite a few times, just can't quite do it. Whereas Fee will come up and just take the entirety of the pillow when I'm waking up in the morning. And no, before someone asks, she is not named after Mori Calliope from Hololive EN. I've actually had Callie for about, oh my gosh, she's about 7 years old now. I can't believe how old she got. And of course, Fee has the ultimate little sister energy. Anytime Callie is doing anything, Fee must get directly involved immediately and have all the attention hogged to herself. Okay, let's see if I can get these glasses back on track. Were they just looking odd at the odd head angles, or were they actually looking odd after I had adjusted the face? Oh no, they actually do look a bit odd in this. I think it feels a little more tilted down than it used to when I originally rigged the glasses. Oh, right, I turned it off. Okay, so if we came from here to here. Let's see, coming down, this stretched over a bit, and I think angle this a little more inward like that. Yeah, that looks good. This one's actually not so bad. I think it just needs to be slightly wider. Actually, no, I think that's about as wide as it is in the other one. We'll do it just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, and then we gotta do the same thing over here. How far did I have that over here? Okay, that was about to the edge of the iris. So, yeah, actually right about there. Okay, pull this up, pull this down to give it more of an angle. Feels much more angled on this side. Yeah, there we go. Get that nice bow curve. Have that out a little bit. Oh, I went down too far, but I do need to go in a bit. It feels like the glasses are higher on the face for some reason, but I'm not sure why. Oh, you know, the glasses actually feel wider on the far side. Go in the other direction. I think they could use just a little bit more width over on this side. That's not bad. Okay, give them a bit more width again. And just slightly more width. Okay, check it out. Turn that off so we can actually see how it's looking. Let's see, it looks like they get big there. Might need to adjust that. Oh, and lower them a bit. Okay, the tops stay pretty good, and it needs to be shortened up just slightly more. Oh yeah, I think that feels a lot better. Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind as far as the extreme face angles is when you're actually, you know, on stream, it actually never goes quite that extreme, or at least not that I've seen in my little chibi figure. Because the chibi figure actually goes relatively extreme, but when I'm actually moving my head around, I don't actually turn my head like way, way over here, way, way over there. But definitely still good to make them look as good as possible, because then everything in between that automatically gets generated looks that much better. Alright, I do believe I promised some people some bang wiggles once we got done with the head angles. Oh my god, I've forgotten how to make a new parameter. Ah, there we go. I think we only really want this to be -1 to 1. So what I've learned, if you're also into learning live 2D, is for things like these head angles, the default is -30 to +30, which makes a lot of sense because you're going to see a lot of the in-betweens a bit. So like this would be about -15, this would be about +15. And you'll be in those areas a lot, versus when we do these jiggles, they're really not going to be a lot of in-between. It's really just going to go jiggle, 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 and go back, and jiggle, 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 go back. So for that reason, we only do the -1 to +1, because it's not going to be that huge of a change. Oh, right, I have to edit parameter to rename it. This is going to be X, because I'm going to experiment. Something I didn't do with the chibi model that I'm going to try with this one is to have a jiggle on the X plane and a jiggle on the Y plane. And we'll see how good it looks. Alright, so it's going to sweep to the side a bit when it jiggles, and up just slightly. I think I also need to give slightly separate parameters to the detailed part up here as well. So if I come back up here, if that jiggled that way, then this should jiggle just a little more on its own. Okay, for the other side of it, and we're moving this way. And since I am going to make a separate X and Y jiggle, I figure it's best to keep this motion relatively X plane aligned, and then the next part relatively Y plane aligned. And then this one up here. Oops, whoops, don't want to do that far. Ah! No, no, no! Don't turn the angle. Let's go ahead and make another one. It's going to be bangs, jiggle, Y1. -1 to +1. Okay, make sure we're back centered so it's at the default position. Okay, let's give it a little bit of a Y jiggle. Oh, oops, I don't want... Actually, well, I will want that one, but first I want this one. Alright, let's jiggle this up a bit. No, I don't don't think I want that to move too much, but I will do that. And then for the detailed part, maybe I end up separating out the extra little detail jiggles just so it jiggles at a slightly different time than the other one. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh wait, no, I want to add. I'm trying to remember, do I do a different group for each, or is it a different pension? I think it is a different group for each. Alright, let's do bangs 1. It's going to be a head input, I suppose. And we'll base it on short hair and adjust it from there. And we want jiggle X and Y. Oh, there goes the whole thing. Thought the angle. Oh, that's probably what I want. I want the angle Y. I wish I could connect. Oh, wait, right. I can do it like this. It's just a little slow and not too responsive. So I guess then this would be body Y. Make it a more extreme reaction, that means it's slower to activate. So if I make it a lower reaction, then it goes like that. Okay, so probably what I want, maybe around 80. Yeah, then it doesn't last too long. So what if we have the lower shaking? I don't like that. I like it shaking longer. Okay, I see that's probably why it puts it at 0.9. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, what if we do this overall length change? Okay. And what if it was shorter? So it lasts a little longer that way. How about we go to like 0.7? Yeah, not too bad. What can I say? Physics is really fun to mess with. You can make all sorts of bouncy things. So we can also add some X jiggles to the side. Whoa, to the side bangs. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, that's the one I want. Oh wait, no. I'm dumb. That's always the hardest part. I need to not be on the center one. I need to be on the one that's actually going to move. Otherwise, I totally screw myself. yeah, I know. Stop yelling at me about that. It's for physics. This thing doesn't like it when I have too many things on too many parameters because it thinks, oh, you're gonna screw it up. It's like, no, I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Ah, no, I did it again. Get on the other side of the angle before messing with the keyframes. Actually, I think that was a little too extreme. Don't want it to bounce around that much. Then it would just seem not physically possible. There we go, a little more mild. Alright, now let's see what happens now that I've added that to the fray. Not too bad. I'm trying to remember. I'm looking at my little chibi over here. Did I have the bangs on the same physics thing? Do they move at the same time? They might be about the same. Oh, did I run out of music? I think I ran out of music. There we go. Alright, and this time I'm not gonna forget to change the keyframe before I start warping things, I swear. Nice thing here is I can kind of line it up with the bangs on the other side. That way I don't go too far out. Alright, and with that, I believe we have some bangs in motion. Woohoo! You know, I might just put that little topper one on its own thing. That way it just moves slightly differently and you can really feel the difference in the layers of the hair. Now I just have to remember how to actually do that. Oh, no, what did I do? Close all these. I wanted to create parameter. There we go. Okay, let's do things. Detail X1. Oh, whoa, no, not everything. Just these. The audio of the music or the audio of me? I'm still trying to, being first stream, I'm still trying to figure out if it's the correct balance between voice and music. My voice, okay, I can artificially make my voice louder. I was probably leaned a little bit away from the microphone. Unfortunately, I don't have it set up on my boom yet. I need another accessory in order to actually have it a little closer to my face. I'm sure there's also some other option on here that can make it pick up better, but I don't know how that works yet, so I'll have to work with someone on that. I should be able to change and move that to there. Yes, I did it. Okay, and then the same for this one. Change that to detail Y1. Perfect. Yep, so now that is just the little details. So, if I come back into physics and I add a bangs 2, let's see, we'll put this as the head, short hair starting again. And we'll add that this is the detail 1 and 2. So now because it's on different reactive settings, it should be at a slightly different pace than the rest of them. Oh yeah, you can see they're just a little off, although do I want to have it hang out longer or shorter? Honestly, that's actually pretty good. I think I like that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that looks good. Woohoo! So yes, definitely nice to have just that extra layer of jiggliness. Gives it just a little bit more feel of being fuller hair, which I like. So many physics things by the time I'm done. How do other people deal with this many parameters? Okay, so let's do a Froof X. Oh, not froth. Froof. 2 O's. -1, +1. And proof Y. Let's see, I did give this angles, I think. I'm gonna want a separate mesh. Not on the first keyframe, thankfully. Let's have it slide this way a bit. for this one, I'm probably going to end up having the Y angle be the one that's a little bit more present than the X angle. Than the other ones, it's really more the X angle movement that I want, but for this one I think I want the Y movement to be a lot more rambunctious. Okay, so this is the up movement. I don't want to move that one just because that should be relatively anchored to that clip there. But I will open that up. Alright, let's see what happens. Get that proof X and Y on there, but this time have the X be at 40 effectiveness and the Y be at 60. Oh, right, I want these on the Y's, not the Z's. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't know that I like it that much. I might have to readjust that. Because I know on my current model, the hair kind of goes whoosh whoosh up and down on the sides, but I think I messed up the way to do that on this one. So I think for that on the Y, when we want it coming up, I actually want the whole tail to really fly up. And then when it goes down, the tail should actually be coming kind of inward on its way down. Let's see if that fixes it. It feels very 2D. That's gonna take a little bit of adjustment. I'm sure it was I did it a lot simpler on the chibi model than this. This one's a little bit more complex in its layering and especially how I want the physics to work. So, maybe I really need to check the X angle down. Out a little better, but I think I might actually have to study more how the chibi was done because I feel like the chibi's does really well with how I want it to actually work. Alright, I'm a little stumped on that one, but we will save that for another day when I get a better idea of how to do it properly. I don't think I've actually started on the mouth forms yet. same anchor points so I can actually start moving the lips around. Oops, oops. I think that was it. A little more. How about that one? Oh yeah, practically the same. Good job, me. Alright, so now I'm going to do what I've done for every other mouth model, and that is cheat off of Kira. Kira Omori had this great file for how she does mouths, and I gotta say it's been a godsend as far as being able to keyform mouths, because just look at how nice and detailed this is. So, and this is exactly how I built the Chibi Model 1, so I base it off this exact same model of doing things between the mouth open and the mouth form bits. So this is the various stages of openness, and then this is from the sad to neutral to smiley to super smiley. Okay, so it's -1, -0.3, +0.5, +1. Yeah, and pretty much what I do is I just go back and forth and kind of make sure things look roughly the same between the two. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this. Here we go. Now I can make those nice specific keyframes. And the 0.5. I did that on the right section, right? This the open? Yes, yes. Or the form. Okay, do the same thing for the upper lip line. And now that I've actually got a keyform in there, it's much easier to straight up add the keyforms. Okay, what are the numbers on this one? So we have 0, 0.1, 0.3, 0.6. 0.1, 0.3, 0.6. Okay, 0.1, 0.3, 0.6. Yay! And then the same to the... where did the lower lip go? Ah, there you are. So this very first key form starts it with the mouth closed like this, so then it's easier for me to say that this is essentially the -0.3, which is kind of the neutral mouth, and then we'll come here to the -1, which should be the kind of sad mouth. And then for these closed mouth ones, I'm going to basically just straight up copy these two together, since they're already technically copies of themselves. Yep, there we go. Nice. Okay, so then I want to go the next stage of smiley. Just a little bit of straightening there. Make it go up a bit. See, did this go a little bit wider between? It did go a little wider. So we'll just add a little bit of width there. But scratch it back up there, and then we'll add more of the width to the center. Alright, and then time to do the same thing on the lower lip. Oh, that's the lipstick. Will I ever remember where the other one is? Shoot. Oh, that's one. No wonder I can't find it. It's named wrong. This isn't the upper, this is the lower. Okay, now I should be able to find it a little easier next time. Ah, I know, me too. I'm definitely, as soon as I get all these mouth forms in, I have to just toss her right up there into the VTube studio and just see how it goes. Okay, and then we need super big ol' smile. What? Huh? What? Why did everything disappear? No, I need my cheat sheet. Kira, don't fail me now. Okay, so between these two, it is just a little wider and a little more up. There. Oh my god, I think I got that just about perfect between the two of them. But the only thing is, this was a little closer. Okay, now to have the mouth slightly ajar. So now here's where I get to make sure the teeth are in the right spot, and this time I actually have to pay attention to which one is the lower line and which one's the upper line. I might end up having to make the lip layer a little bit thicker, because while that works really well for the closed mouth, it doesn't quite translate to having an open mouth with the lines being so thin right there. I'll have to go into Photoshop later and make some adjustments there and thicken it up a bit. Overall, it shouldn't change too much though, but I believe that is all the farther lips are gonna get today, because they won't look too good using the thin lines if we were to continue. Oh, and I think it's about time to start winding down anyway. It's almost 11 for me, which means it is time to start chilling out and getting ready to go to bed here in just a little bit. Well, thank you all for coming on this journey with me and exploring a little bit of live 2D. We got some head angles tweaked and mostly perfected. Dark and I will work on the rest of them. We're able to get the neck looking good with all the angle Z's. We were able to make the choker go spinny spinny, and we were able to give the bangs just a little bit of weight and getting those all moving around. So I think made good progress today. And thank you, Vernon. I'm glad the first stream went so well. I was afraid it would be a lot more scuffed. And yeah, I'll have to look into that. I guess it's a Streamlabs option is I think where I got the chat from. So I'll have to make sure it doesn't just disappear the words and they actually stay up for a while. But yeah, it's been fun, and it was kind of interesting actually doing the whole narrating your thoughts thing that you're supposed to do as like a streamer and I suppose content creator type person. But I think I was able to keep the talking going pretty good. Thank you so much, Dark. It was good seeing you and good seeing everyone else. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I really appreciated you joining me for my first stream, and hopefully you guys can catch me in another one. I'll always be streaming at this time of day because during the day I'm either at work or spending time with Uncle before he has to go to bed. And since this is after his bedtime pretty much every day, except when I'm having anime night or playing games with friends, this is pretty much going to be it for the time I can stream from about 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. my time. All right, have a good night, everyone. And I guess have a good day depending on where you are. And I will hopefully catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye!